Happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing fine and dandy and all that you can be tonight. It is Monday, April the 14th. It is one day before tax day. It is one day before Stampin' Up! Makes a major change. We have not experienced anything like this in that I can remember. Stampin' Up! Is no longer going to have host codes. And I personally feel like it is going to be great for all of us. So let me back up a minute and start over. Hi, I am Brenda Sellers, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the great state of Tennessee. I have been doing Stampin' Up! Since this time around since January of 2019. So 6 years-ish. Yeah, a little over 6 years. Before that, I took a 4-year break. And before that, I was with Stampin' Up! For 8 years, but I did not have a downline. I did host classes and that kind of thing. But basically, it was just to get a reason to get together. And that's what it started being this time. And then I had a couple of girls sign up under me. And we basically still use it as a time to just get together and craft because that's what I enjoy doing most of all. So if you're watching my channel, thank you. If you subscribe, thank you. If you've ever shared any of my videos, thank you. So I do this to help inspire and just share my love of stamping. Stampin' Up! Has great products, and I so appreciate all the fun stuff I get to do with friends who like to stamp and scrapbook and make cards and all of that fun stuff together. All right. So what I was saying is that tomorrow, if you're going to try to place an order, you need to either do it tonight or just wait till tomorrow. So I'm going to suggest wait till tomorrow because the new Stampin' Rewards program will be in effect tomorrow afternoon. They said it's going to go down. The website will be offline starting about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, Mountain Time. So that's 10 o'clock for us. And then once they get everything transitioned, it'll be back up. And you can, if you don't already have one, you need to create a customer account and you need to opt in for the Stampin' Rewards. It'll be right there, I'm told, letting us know, hey, do you want to get rewards for this? So, and this time, rewards will start at $20. So if you get your order up to basically a stamp set, then you can start earning rewards. And then those rewards can build in your account for up to a year, and you can use them. You can keep adding to them and use them whenever you would like with whoever your favorite demonstrator is. If you shop with me, that's great. I love it. If you shop with me and you earn rewards, or you go shop with somebody else and you earn rewards, you can use those rewards with whoever you shop with. They are in your account. You control all of that. I think it's going to be great because I don't have to have a big order to start earning my rewards, right? And if you subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin, you get rewards on that. So I know the price just went up on the Paper Pumpkin subscription here in the United States. In Canada, that's where it is offered. But basically, the amount that it went up is the rewards that get deposited into your account. Isn't that fun? So I feel like it's a win-win for all of us. Yes, I'm sad that there are things that are going up, but you know what? Everything I feel like is going up right now because of shipping and getting it to us to make it and that kind of stuff. So we just got to be patient. We'll get through it. And we will learn this new Stampin' Rewards program together. And I think from what I've heard and learned so far, I think it's going to be a great thing. And I can't wait to see the new dashboard, basically is what it is, or website when it opens. So I'm hoping we all don't crash it so that we can see what it looks like. All right. You didn't come here for all of this chit chat. if you are tuning in for the first time, feel free to skip through all of that and get right to the crafting. I am going to share my screen. Let me move a few little things first. Here with your buddies. And then you can sit right there with your buddies. Oops. I feel like I've got the whole stamp set on a block, but I don't, because I don't have the stem or the other 3 sentiments. That's the only thing I don't have. This stamp set is an online exclusive. So it comes as a bundle. Let me go look at its information real quick. Its item code is 165605. Oh, it's not available yet. How did I get it? On stage? On stage. I did this to you last week. I am so sorry. I'm sure that's exact. Oh, there it is. There it is. Like, oop, there it is. Come on, website. Stop doing the little circly thing. You know this is your last night. Is that what it is? Yeah, it's in the new, it's pre-order. I'm sorry. In May, this stamp set will be available. How about that? All right. Okay, let's share the screen and I will share what I'm doing. Go back to my screen over here, wherever I lost it. And while it's doing that as well, I'm going to pop up and get a block so I can use the stem. All right, share. Here we go. Here's what it looks like. And in just a second, I'll show you what the dies look like. There's me another block. I've got 50,000 of them on my desk, I feel like. Look at all these dies. Aren't these pretty cool? All right, this one cuts out. It's got 2 cutting edges on this one. I don't know. Yes, you might can see it. So it basically cuts out that. So if I were gonna do this and use it, I would probably put that on an adhesive sheet or have me a little thing of glue beside me and just kind of run it through that and lay it on. But that's, come on, focus camera. Focus. Yeah, I got it. It's got little dots in there. You can see them up close to my thumb. Don't look at the bad nail job. And then this one just cuts out straight. You can see it just cuts it out smooth. This one is that same size circle or oval. It just has this little border that it also cuts out. Yucky. That was a bug that I killed. All right, so we are going to kind of fly by the seat of our pants tonight and make a couple of cards. I don't have anything in particular in mind because I was working on swap cards all weekend. So I'm going to lay this piece in. It's a grid sheet that I have mucked up. All right. Make it as flat as we can. We don't have any stamps on there. I'll just use that as a bone folder. All right. So we're going to use basic white. This is a new piece of the Secret Sea. It's not black. It's almost black. Let me grab a piece of black and I'll show you the difference. And that's Strawberry Slush. All right, basic black, where are you? Here you are. Come out to play. Here is basic black. Here is secrecy. See, you can see the difference. I have been stamping sentiments with the Secrecy ink, and I love it. I think that might be my new go-to ink pad. All right, you can go back over here and hide. So our card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Go ahead and fold that down. Loan folder is right up here. I didn't put anything on that one. I thought about adding some dimension or whatever, but let's just put it down and let's just do simple stamping on this one. Granted, our stamp set is what they call two-step stamping. So you've got the, I'll show you, obviously. You can stamp the inside color, and then you can stamp the details. I think I got that pretty straight. All right. And we're going to have our card go up like that. So let's stamp some fun stuff on here. Let's grab thanks and put it right down here. And we're going to use Secret Seed for that. It's almost like my faux memento ink pad that I make. And I know that if you've watched some of my videos, you have seen my faux ink pad. Basically just getting a white craft ink pad that comes uninked, and then I have put my memento on it. All right, so now let's use Strawberry Slush, and I'm going to stamp off with this guy. Get it nice and juicy. Stamp off and stamp on. Oh! Let's see if we can line it up again. Woohoo! I lined it up. And that's even worse. Let's see. I have not stamped with that stamp yet. I played with the ones that look like daisies. See if that helped. It helped it. Yay. All right, let's clean this little guy. All right, and then I'm gonna rub it on my jeans. The ink is water-based, so it's okay. It won't hurt my clothes. It'll wash right out. And let's get some more ink on it. And we're going to stamp off again. That is not stamping well. Okay, and then here. Off. It doesn't usually go like that. I don't know what its dealio is. All right, I'm going to fill it in with some smaller flowers. Okay. This is this one. So let's use this first. That was a fluke. I usually never, ever just pick it up and have it the right direction. See how that gives it some dimension and some pretty. This one is double. I think it goes right there. I'm going to try that. Yep, that worked. All right, so there's that flower. Put you over here out of the way somewhere. And not that one. Here's your little friend. Wipe it on my pants first. Get the oils off of it. These are silicone, so I'm sure that they've had some kind of something sprayed in the mold to help them release. And let's stamp this with Timid Tiger, and it's over here. We're playing with new colors tonight. Slide you up there out of the way. Stamp off and stamp on. This one is much better. Stamp off and on, off, on. And now this one is the details. There we go. Perfect. And now let's use a different color for the other little flower and put a couple of them on there. Actually, I think we're just going to put the leaves and we're using Shy Shamrock. And then we're going to use Darling Duckling for this flower centers. Leaves here. And I'm going to stamp off and on, off and on. Let's throw a couple of them up here. And it's okay if it doesn't do it exact, because watch, this one is going to fill right in. Yes, I know that this stamp set feels like it's time consuming, but once you start playing with it and lining these up, it's fun. See, that one wasn't filled in completely, but this one added to it and made it perfect. There. Twist. There we go. And I got ink up on the block where it doesn't need to be. So I'm gonna wipe that off real quick. All right, we're done with the green. Shy Shamrock. And now I need these little guys. I've got them both on the same block because I don't know where all my other little blocks are. So this side is the full side. So we're going to stamp off and on, off and on. It just makes it a little bit lighter. And I don't have another one that size. And then this one is full strength. And then I've got the same to do with the little guys. They fit inside these daisies as well as these guys. So this one's the solid. So we're going to stamp off and on. So it looks like somebody's getting a bouquet of things. I like that. This is the little details, the little dots and such. So full strength. All right. Now I have all of these ink pads right here in the way. I have a spool of white ribbon. For a second. And I wish I'd have not put that on solid. Here, let's just wrap it around this and tie a bow. Let's see what it looks like. We can always untie it, right? Y'all, it's Monday. Let's give it a little bit more length. Yes, I flipped it. I'm used to having the end hang out over there so I can flip it back and do most of the bow work with my left hand. How many loves tying bows? You're allowed to give me angry faces for that. This ties good. So let's slide it up here in the pink, strawberry slush-ish, right there. Oh, my ribbon scissors and my gems are over here. Hang on a second. Here's what the little daisy looks like. That sounds weird outside. All right, it's totally fine. All right, back to crafting. In this room, I hear quite a lot of things that go on. If I'm in the house, you can hear some, but not much. So it always is a little disturbing. All right, let's this piece. It's almost used up. Let's put it right beside that ribbon. There. And this piece down here. I think simple, but kind of cute. And then let's add some gems. And I'm going to go with the strawberry slush ones. And my take your pick tool is over there. I took it to the other room earlier today so that I could finish up a project. And I left all my stuff in the bucket. I'm going to put this right here. Right here. One right there. All right, there is card number one. Of course, that's strawberry slush, so I would put a piece inside. You can even stamp one of your little flowers, and that would give it a little. All right, next card. Let's go with what I got over here. Oh, here's the packet, the embellishment or the dies come in. Oh, let's do this. I'm gonna fold this as our second, because when I make a card, I tend to I score my 8.5 by 11 at the 4 1/4 mark down the full sheet of cardstock. And then I cut it at 5.5. So then I wind up with obviously 2 card bases. So let's do something fun with this card base. Let's do tone on tone. So let me find the strawberry slush. And I need just a smaller piece of paper. I didn't want it as thick. Let's do this. Yep. Oh, that's upside down. It's okay. Because I want to be able to hang it off the side. This is a grid paper that I got a couple of years ago. All right. This big guy, we're making our own background. And I'm going to stamp off still. And that one is not working. What is your deal, Lucille? That's making me not happy. Let me get a foam pad. Hang on. It's a paper piercing mat. We're going to give it a little bit of lift, a little bit cushy. I still don't want to get ink on that, so let's stamp off. That's what it needed. That's a crease. It's good. All right, on. Can't tell. That's okay. That's the part of the plan. Slide over. There we go. And on. It's like I need to move that ink around a little bit on that ink pad. Stamp off. Stamp on. Let's do one more, and then we're going to use a smaller flower. A little bit over it. Hi. I like the black with the strawberry slush. That black actually is called Secret Sea. That is one of the new in colors that will be available on May. I'll show you the difference in the two in just a second again. The strawberry slush is fun. I think I'm just going to do these outlines as part of our, or the details. I like that because you can't tell the other ones anyway. All right. And then there's the details on this one. I'm using the same color. In our own little background, let's use the daisy thingies. I guess they're daisies. I don't know. They're whatever I want them to be, right? Side. Right there. Okay. Now, what do we want to put on? I didn't see, that's going to cover the center, so I didn't need to put anything right there. So this is just going to be 2 pieces. All right, let's move that out of the way too. I love it when the trash can is kind of full because then it kind of holds the stuff at the top and I know what's trash and what's not. I do not throw anything in there that could get my stuff icky though. All right, that big flower is driving me bonkers, guys. So let's use these other little flowers. That's the details. So let's use this one. What's one of the other sentiments? I appreciate you. Yeah, it's a long one. For these photopolymer stamps as well, when I pull them out and off the plastic, I tend to try to lay them down on a piece of paper or cardstock first. That way they can get their shape back. Grab another block. Let's just have all the blocks on my desk. All right, Secret Sea. Where are you? See, here's basic black and there's Secret Sea. Can you see the difference again? Just wanted to show that to you while I was thinking about it. I love that the Secret Sea isn't very harsh. So if you want something a little more subtle, Secret Sea is going to be your friend. Kind of like Pebbled Path was. Stick it right here. Perfect. You go lay over there out of the way, please. Thank you. And then let's put a little bouquet on. Oh, I need to be able to stamp off again. I don't like that clicking. It's kind of annoying. Let's do this. Side. Stamp off. I'm just going to make a little bouquet right here. Off, on, off, on. Right. Now the details. See where the 3 are right there? It's those 3. It's twisted. There we go. Almost. Let's try it again, Brenda. Much better. There we go. And now I'm going to add some of the smaller ones. Details off and on. Yeah, I need to smush that ink around on that one. And there. And let's put one right there. And I think we're good. Details. Flowers overlap. It's okay. That's good. Some strawberries or what is that? Shy Shamrock. Oh, we need its insides colors. Let's go with Shy Shamrock. Our leaves. Let's do that first. Yes, I'm telling you, it does take quite a bit of time. But isn't it pretty when you're done? I'm just kind of filling in where it's got some gaps. And you don't have to, but isn't it pretty? All right. I'll have to grab my chamois and clean the desk off. Oh, I'd stamp directly on that one. That's okay. That leaf is a little bit darker than the other ones. All right, chamois, where are you? I don't want to put my other cardstock on the desk if it's going to get ink on it. Unintentional ink, because it is going to get ink on it, but unintentional. Let's have our clarification. And our inside centers are a little dot. This one. Yes, I talk to myself when I do that. Otherwise, I forget the off step and I go with the dark directly on there. And then it's like, messed up. All right, and now these can go direct. Circle. All right, I think I'm gonna pop that on dimensionals. Find them again. Here they are. Let's put a little sprig of ribbon out the side. Donna says she loves the bright and cheery colors. I do too. My roses are blooming and it's like, I want to make, oh, that's cute. See how I just did that? That's a faux bow. Faux, faux, faux. And I'm going to put some dimensionals around it to kind of help support a little bit. And you guys know that I am kind of like somebody else that likes lots of dimensionals, but I'm going to restrain myself. Let's stick right there so it doesn't pop that one down too tight. Here's my little Carol cup. I call it that because my friend Carol gave me that cup, and every time I use it, I think about her. So it's a happy cup. All right. And yes, it's silly. It's just a cup, but you know what? It makes me think of her and it makes me happy. How about that? All right. Are we ready for card number 4? No, 3. That's 2. We're going to go with Lemon Lolly. I haven't played with that one very much, and I thought I'm going to pull that out and play with it. So same thing. See, I score the full sheet of cardstock at 4 1/4. Then I take it over to the paper trimmer, and I cut it in half at 5 1/2. So then I have 2 card bases. So let's fold the first one. Folder. Stiff. Let's do that. I use the what's it called? Happy Hibiscus Hybrid Embossing Folder. And I just embossed that piece of Lemon Lolly. I'm just going to put some adhesive on it. I'm going to use liquid glue because that is some of the indentions are so deep. I want to make sure it sticks to my card front. Well, I think I am. I apparently didn't get the lid on my liquid glue tight last night. And I don't have yes, I do have a pin over here. Where's it at? It's hanging on the side of this little carousel somewhere. There she is. Back on the side of the carousel where I know you're hiding. Yay! Out. Put that lid on tight so it doesn't do that again. I love monochromatic cards. And I think on this one, oh, I didn't add any gems on that card. Rewind. Okay, now we're caught up. Kind of like a little freeze frame. I don't know what I want to do on that one. What to do? I feel like that I think, any ideas? Let me wait for you for a second. Told you this was flying by the seat of our pants tonight. So what do we want to put on that one? I think I'm just going to use a sentiment. Let's see if I've got just a little scrap of a sentiment paper. I think I'm just going to do Secret C, I appreciate you, and make a little banner and pop it right on with some ribbon. Touch the side of the ink pad or block with the ink pad. That almost put my thumb right in it. I don't think I can cut that straight that far. So let's cheat. Let's use the paper trimmer. And it's not really cheating. It's using your resources wisely. How about that? That I can cut. Show you how I'm going to make that. So see, that just came off right there. In order to get the same angle down here, put it where I want it, hold it in place. It's flush with the bottom. And now my angles match. You don't have to do that unless you're practicing a little bit of OCD. That might have been my problem. So now let's use some of that pretty white ribbon. It's called, what is it called? It just says ribbon. It's 1/4 of an inch, approximately 10 yards. Start. And loop-de-loo a couple of times. The Stampin' Seal Plus holds it on real tight. So let's do that. And let's make those loops a little bit bigger. Taller than its next one over. Taller, and then this one can go short again. That'll work. And let's put some dimensionals on there. I laid the ribbon on it. Right there in the middle. And then I know that there's some dots over here. Hang on a second. Where did they go? These are too dark. I'm going to use those sparkly ones. Sparkly, sparkly. Oh, right there. There. Let's put a little one on there. Pop it right there. All right. Simple, but easy. You feel like you're in a rut with the monochromatic. I think we just get stuck sometimes. So, but isn't it pretty? I mean, I'd like to get that one in the mail. And again, don't forget, if you want to, you can put a piece that is light enough that you could actually write on. But I like to just give my eye a little bit of rest and put a piece of basic white inside. Kind of like that. See the difference it made? And I think it makes it easier. I feel like I'm old and I need to allow my eyes to have a little bit of a rest sometimes. And so I just stick a piece of basic white inside. And then also if I misspell something, because you know that never ever happens with me, then I could just cover it up too. So there's card number 3. Let's see. Do we want to do another one? If you will tolerate me running off the screen, I will grab another piece, a couple of pieces of scrap, and we will use more of the die cuts. Let's do that. Let's play with these. Let me grab Shy Shamrock and some Timid Tiger and all kinds of fun stuff. Hang on. And then we'll be done. This one's a piece it together card. Where did I lay? There it is. I changed the top plate on my die cutting machine and it's brand new and it's hard to find when it's laying on the table. Oh, I forgot to grab the rest of the paper. Hang on. And Shy Shamrock. And the mini cutting machine. All right. Huh. Okay. So I'm going to lay this over here to the side so it's not in our way. Pop that up there. Let's cut. It's going to go over there too. So we know we want a couple of leaves. Let's put that on there. An idea hit me while I was standing over there. So let's play. One leafy. Two leafy. Let's just cut those just because we're cutting. May or may not use them. I did promise in one of my previous videos that I was going to try my best to get back on track. Y'all, I'm working on it. And not be this fly by the seat of your pants, but sometimes it's fun, right? All right, this goes back in here. I know, go in there. I don't want to lose my pieces. That's why always try to put them back on their magnetic sheet. And I learned about myself that if I do not pull them out and put them on a magnetic sheet, I ain't gonna use them because I don't particularly care for the sheets that they come on. They're hard to get off and they hurt my fingers. And my fingers are my day job. So I gotta have them. Not be sore. All right, let's cut. This in strawberry slush. And this one in strawberry slush. Let's just do two at a time. And we'll do two of these. And then see if we need the Timbit Tiger. Pull through. Cool. Y'all, that's so neat. Look, those little ones kind of emboss it and give it texture. That's cool. Come over here. Almost dropped that one. Back through the embossing machine. Your middle. You got to make sure you've got it lined up right. Let me show you what I'm doing. Because if you don't get it lined up right, then it's going to mess up your machines. It's going to be harder to go through. So that fits in there just like a little puzzle. And if you do it all at the same time, then you don't have to do it 5 times. Just like that. And it's okay if it's off-centered a little bit. All right, I'm going to hold it in my lap so it doesn't shake the table. Isn't that cool? All right, go back over here with your buddies. The piece. If you're watching the replay, good. You can fast forward through this part if you want to. I promise it won't hurt my feelings. All right, now let's do this piece and Timid Tiger. Isn't this cool? This one, oh my goodness. Now I got to figure out how this little puzzle works. Just like that. Let's do 2 of these little guys. And then we'll have us a whole bouquet. Thank you, Donna. I don't think I would make a ton of these cards, but it's fun playing with all of the new dies. And I need to go get some of the Darling Duckling. Circles. Out. Isn't that cool? All right, Darling Duckling, and then we'll be done. In the other room, when I was standing up beside my stuff, it didn't matter if I walked away from it because, well, it did, but I wasn't that far. Look how teeny tiny that piece is for that inside of that circle. I'm telling you what. How many of these do I need? The bigger ones. 2 for sure. But I didn't have to go far. Like here, sitting at this desk, all of my stuff is basically at the other end of the room, which I'm not complaining. I love my room. It just makes it a little more. Oh, look. Oh, can you see? I'll have to figure out how to get it to show. Come off there, little guy. That piece basically just embosses, gives it some texture. We all like a little bit of texture. Okay. Let's stop with these 4. If I need to add more later, I will, but let's get this card done so that you're not sitting here all night long. Your little guys. Woo. Running out of space. Here too. All right, let's pull our card base in. It is Lemon Lolly. I did get a piece of cloud cover. Let's put that on there. That way you could see all 5 of the end colors that are coming. I'm nice like that. I like that needs a little strip here, and I just grab the Seal Plus. All right, let's put this on here. Let's go this direction. It's from the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. It is carrying over in May, so meaning it will not retire with the new catalog. It will stay. That is an oddity for us for sure. All right, and now let's stamp on this one. What do I want it to say? Let's say I appreciate you. In secrecy. Back here, so it's out of the way. All right, let's build our flowers. I'm going to put one down solid. Side there. Oh, dimensionals. I lost them. Here we go. You can tell what's the back. See how clean that looks? And that's a little fuzzy. That's where it cut through. So that's the back. Here, we'll cut back over here. I'm going to stick this one right there. This is why I didn't think we needed all of the insides, pieces and such. I may add them a little bit later. I'll take a picture and post it on Facebook and YouTube. Yeah. I may put another color. Oh, let's go ahead and put this on. Oh, we got leaves. We got leaves. We can use the leaves to add more color. Stick you right there. I'm going to stick that leaf right there. Some little pieces. Yep, I'll have to cut some more of the little ones. These guys both need. But I'll do that off camera. Or off video, I should say. Come on, glue. All right, let's stick this. Here. Oh, that's a lot. A lot. There you go. So if you want to piece a card together, here you go. All right. So now let's add some adhesive to the back of this. And I'm going to use the liquid glue because I don't want to smush it. Bright and cheery, and I appreciate you. I'm going to do two more little yellow ones. darling ducklings. I'll do those off camera and take a picture and post it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I got to run too. It has been fun. Let me show you all 4 cards again. There's the last one that we did. Isn't that a fun flying by the seat of your pants card? And then here is number 3. And number 2. And number 1. I love those flat pearls. Oh, I can put some of those on there too. Always forget the gems unless I'm crafting by myself. Then I seem to remember them. That one stayed on. And I know I say in multiples of 3, but I'm out. Let's use the last one. Okay, so there's our cards. Aren't those pretty cool? Thank you for watching. And as a reminder, just so that you do remember, Stampin' Up! Is going to, the website is going to be offline tomorrow for about 6 hours, I think they said. So if you want to place an order, wait until after. That way you can make sure that your online account is set up and that you can opt into the new rewards program, which I think is way cool. And I hope that you have a great night, a great week. Do something fun for yourself. I can't wait to see what kind of cards you all create with that set, whether you're stamping with it or using the dies and creating a great card. All right, I will post pictures of these online soon, and I hope that if you have any questions about the new program or anything, let me know. I'm here to help. Feel free to like and subscribe and share and all that fun stuff. Appreciate you. Have a great night. Do something fun for yourself. Bye for now.